Alright,
maybe.
Spider-Man! Look at the spider symbol.
Oh, Spider-Man already. Let's go.
No. March 24, 2023. Yeah, next year. Let's see what this is.
God of War.
God of War.
The Last of Us? No, that loots
No,
too
it's
much
not.
for The Last of Us. R.
Resident Evil 4. No, no fucking way. That's Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's
fucking.
absolutely Resident Evil.
Oh no.
Yep.
That's Resident Evil 4.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
I recognize that shit.
All right,
Holy
1 year.
Fuck.
A little less than a year.
Oh.
Here. It's his friend, the president.
Actually seeing footage. Alright, hold on. I'm mute. I'm deafening in Discord. Alright, this is new footage. It looks so different. Wow.
Guess you, me. Big Durang is about to vacation, eh?
Luis? That's his voice? There's Ada. The big cheese.
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Is that all we're getting? I think that's all we're getting.
So it looked
right
like
now.
you could play as Ada. I know that that's a deal.
Oh, it.
The pain. Even for a second.
That's not original dialogue.
This time, it can be different.
Or that's original dialogue. That's not from the original game.
But it looked like you could play as Ada. I don't know if that was the DLC, because I know it's a DLC, or maybe they're
Yeah.
adding like.
I assume that's just in the base game now.
Yeah.
Quick old deafen and mute. From PS5, other platforms are possible. Wow. Alright, you've got nothing. Not surprised. It's officially announced. Capcom leak in late. Yeah, it did get leaked. The more as like time has gone on, this like leak that we were kind of like, it's probably fake, has like gotten more and more like, oh, this is all actually real. This was a real ass leak. Like this should not have came out. The project was subject to a partial reboot within Capcom due to internal disagreement over its direction. What do you mean by a partial reboot? Reportedly getting partial development reboot due to internal. Much rumored remake, partial reboot, Capcom change in development leadership after disagreements over its direction. Just remake the same damn game. It's already considered one of the best video games ever fucking made. Just remake how it exactly is. So it's just close to the project. Core Resident Evil Studio had taken the lead on the project. Explains that following project review, M2 is seen to be too faithful to the original game, with Capcom affirming that the remake takes inspiration from Resident Evil 4 but introduces new elements and features. No! The base game is so perfect! Don't! The latter approach was taken in both the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes with varying levels of fan response. M2 is said to have wanted to stick to the Resident Evil formula due to the backlash against 3's changes, which saw portions of the game entirely removed. They were. 4 remake has been rumored for some time. There's like a likely prospect, not least after the new Resident Evil 3 included a specific reference to the sequel. Resi 4's director told, as long as the remake turns out good, I have no issues with it. Well, I do. No, just that's my biggest worry over a fucking remake for this game, is that they just changed the game up enough that it just wouldn't be as good. That was my biggest fucking worry. So that's vaguely what I saw in the trailer too. I was kind of like, this looks a little different. Not like updated different. It looks like different. Hold on. Can I go rewatch the trailer real quick? Polygon. Yeah. Show me the trailer. Here we go. Close. Back up. So the date. At first I was like, what is this? Like Drew, my first initial thought was, oh shit, is this the fucking... There's like rumors that they're remaking Last of Us. Is this a Last of Us remake? And then we got around here and I was like, oh no, this is 4. This sounds like 4. This sounds like some of the soundtrack in 4. Which it ended up being. Resident Evil 4.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
So stuff like this is not in the original game. Which, I guess it's fine if they want to add some of it, just because there's a bit more technology they can work with. With something like this, I don't know. Actually running, Leon's walking. You know, there was no Ashley segment in the previous... Well, that's not true. There was an Ashley segment, but it was in the castle. It wasn't outside. This looks like you're walking up to the beginning house. They kept the door opening animation. That's nice. And then obviously here's the town sequence.
Guess you, me.
Here's Luis talking.
Big Durang spot to vacation, eh?
I don't know if I like his voice as much as the previous actors. Ganados. Some of the cultists. Ada, obviously. The Big Cheese. I don't actually remember his name. I just remember him being called the Big Cheese by Luis. So that's the name I remember. Boat. There's the church where Ashley's kept.
It begins now.
Salazar. I don't know.
If I could just forget what happened that night.
And this dialogue is entirely new.
The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different.
That dialogue is like entirely new, but they're keeping his walking animation, I guess. I don't know. Resident Evil 4 is like one of my favorite games, so I'm gonna be a little hard on it, especially early on. Just because I don't think the game needed a total like remake. I'm fine with it visually looking updated, but other than that, I'd rather the game is played exactly the same. Like it plays out exactly the same. I think it's so perfect the way it is. That having new segments and stuff like that, I don't think is as good of an idea. There's nothing else, right? Yeah. And I don't know if a part of the game I loved is how cheesy it is and how like ridiculous Leon is in some of the segments. Gotta take a leak. But I get realistically you'd want to play more into the trauma of Raccoon City of 2. I understand. I forget how long this game takes place afterwards. I think it's a handful of years. By then Leon's kind of got himself back together. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. My hopes are that, of course, that it'll be good. My worries just outlive my hopes. They outweigh my hopes. So I don't know. We'll find out.